The early years and the rise of a star. Before the tattoos, the tabloid headlines, and the staggering box office success, Johnny Depp was a boy from Owensboro, Kentucky, with a soul stitched together by chaos and curiosity. Born on June 9, 1963, into a working-class family, Johnny Christopher Depp II grew up surrounded by instability, emotional, financial, and geographical. His family moved frequently, a rootless upbringing that gave him an early understanding of transience, of masks, and of survival. These early years, often painful, would later feed the emotional undercurrents of his characters and art. When his parents divorced in 1978, it left a deep mark on the young teen. In his own words, he described feeling like an outsider, someone misunderstood by the world. But he found refuge in two things: music and imagination. He received his first guitar at age 12 and immediately began experimenting with sounds and lyrics. Music wasn't just a hobby, it was a lifeline. By his late teens, he dropped out of high school to pursue a musical career with his band, The Kids, which enjoyed modest success on the Florida rock circuit. They eventually moved to Los Angeles in search of fame. Although the band didn't reach stardom, that journey opened another door. A meeting with Nicolas Cage led Depp to audition for a film role, almost reluctantly. Yet the screen loved him. In 1984, Depp made his film debut in Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street. Though it was a minor role, his performance stood out. Hollywood saw the potential, but Depp wasn't interested in playing Hollywood's game. When he landed a lead role on the TV show 21 Jump Street in 1987, it catapulted him into teenage idol status. Young fans were captivated by his brooding looks and soulful eyes. Yet Depp felt creatively boxed in. He hated the idea of being just a face. He yearned to dive into characters that were broken, misunderstood, raw, and unpredictable, mirroring parts of himself that he hadn't yet fully explored. Exploring diverse roles and artistic expressions, Johnny Depp did something few young stars managed to do. He walked away from the safety of stardom and into the unknown in search of truth. What followed was one of the most eclectic, daring, and boundary-pushing careers in Hollywood history. In 1990, Tim Burton offered him the role of Edward in Edward Scissorhands. It was a cinematic turning point. Edward was a creation, part man, part machine, and all heart, who longed for human connection but was feared by the world. The film became a metaphor for Depp's own sense of otherness. It was haunting, beautiful, and tragic, and it was just the beginning. From there, Depp embarked on an artistic odyssey that saw him embody a parade of unforgettable characters. The tormented author in The Ninth Gate, the tragic Ichabod Crane in Sleepy Hollow, the cannibalistic barber in Sweeney Todd, the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. Depp's performances were more than roles. They were transformations. He wasn't acting. He was becoming. He immersed himself in characters with such depth that they seemed to linger on his skin even after filming ended. And then came Captain Jack Sparrow. When Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl was released in 2003, audiences didn't know what to expect. What they got was an iconic, genre-defining character. Inspired by the swagger of Keith Richards and the flamboyance of silent film stars, Sparrow was a perfect blend of charm, danger, and absurdity. Disney executives were initially unsure of Depp's performance. It was too weird, too unpredictable, but audiences loved it. Jack Sparrow redefined Depp's career and became a pop culture phenomenon. It showed the world that blockbuster cinema could also be art, when in the hands of a true artist. The art of transformation, from actor to artist. For Johnny Depp, art has never been confined to the screen. His soul has always been searching for new forms of expression, visual, sonic, tactile. Acting was just one outlet. Behind closed doors, Depp was also painting, drawing, photographing, and sculpting. His studio became a sacred space, a place where he could escape the noise of fame and return to the rawness of emotion. In 2022, the world got a deeper glimpse into this side of him through the exhibition, The Art of Disruption, hosted by Castle Fine Art. His debut collection featured portraits of cultural icons, Bob Dylan, Elizabeth Taylor, Al Pacino, and Hunter S. Thompson, rendered in bright, rebellious colors and expressive brushwork. The collection sold out within hours. His painting style mirrored his acting, intense, bold, layered, and deeply emotional. Each canvas was a story, each brushstroke a memory. Painting is what I feel I was meant to do from the beginning, Depp revealed in an interview. It's how I express things I don't have words for. This immersion in visual art began to influence how he approached film. He started to see his roles not as lines to deliver, but as portraits to paint. The shadows on his face, the movement of his hands, the silence between words, all became part of a larger artistic composition. Beyond the screen, examining Depp's influences. To understand Johnny Depp is to trace the threads of his influences, musical, literary, cinematic, and personal. Music has always been at his core. He has collaborated with Aerosmith, Marilyn Manson, and Alice Cooper, co-founding the rock supergroup Hollywood Vampires. He once said that music saved him, and it's easy to see how. His guitar work is more than a hobby. It's another language in which he speaks his truth. Then there's Hunter S. Thompson, the wild, gun-loving journalist who became Depp's spiritual mentor. Depp didn't just play him on screen in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He lived with him, studied him, and even funded his over-the-top funeral, which included shooting his ashes into the sky from a cannon. Thompson taught him the art of disruption, the power of rebellion, and the freedom of not giving a damn. Keith Richards, too, played a key role, not just in inspiring Jack Sparrow, but in reinforcing Depp's belief in artistic authenticity and unapologetic individuality. Richards once said, "Don't think too much, feel it." Depp took that advice and built a career on instinct. Relationships and personal experiences also shaped his artistic expression. His mother's death in 2016, public battles in court, and moments of joy as a father to Lily Rose and Jack have all left their imprint. His art on screen and canvas is filled with grief, love, struggle, and resilience. He turns pain into poetry. The legacy of a visionary, a look ahead. Now in his 60s, Johnny Depp remains a creative force, restless, driven, and ever-evolving. He continues to paint, act, make music, and even direct, his latest work being Modi, a biopic on artist Amedeo Modigliani. More than ever, he has embraced freedom, creative, personal, and artistic. He is no longer bound by studio expectations or public opinion. He has weathered storms that would destroy most, and he has emerged not just as a survivor, but as a visionary. His legacy is bigger than any one role or scandal. He represents something deeper, the idea that art, in all its forms, can heal, transcend, and rebel. His journey from guitar-strumming Florida teen to global icon, from Edward Scissorhands to oil painter, invites all of us to find our voice, to own our chaos, and to create without fear. In the end, Johnny Depp's greatest role may not be Jack Sparrow or Sweeney Todd, but the role of the artist himself, complex, evolving, and unafraid to paint outside the lines. Epilogue. An invitation for fans, artists, and dreamers alike. Depp's journey is a masterclass in authenticity. His life is a canvas, and we're all just catching glimpses of the brushstrokes. So take a closer look at the films, the portraits, the guitar solos, and the silent expressions between dialogue. There you'll find the true essence of Johnny Depp, a man forever exploring the edges of what it means to be human and what it means to be art.